Hi, Prosperity Team. It's Dr. Money coming to you from the prosperity corner of the universe where silliness is sacred and nobody's perfect. I am your POP, your professor of prosperity, and I'm here so that all of our lives can pop with prosperity. Here's a great affirmation, and that is that I prosper in all things. I think we all love to hear success stories of other people and some of the wonderful things they've done and how they've made a lot of money and things have gone very well and they got that break. But you know something that's also inspiring to me, and that is how people got, when I hear stories about how people got through the tough times. What are some of the things that's the small miracles, just the tiny things that happened that allow them to make it through whatever they were going through? Now, I want to tell you one of my stories, just tiny thing, and that is that I had decided that I wanted a new coat and I wanted a white coat, and that I was only going to allow $10 for this coat. And I knew that that was somewhat of an impossible thing, but I only had $10 in my budget to allow for this white coat. And I was paying off all my bills, my credit card. I had made a pledge to myself that I would pay off all my bills, which I did, all the credit cards. And it seems like I carried credit card debts forever, but I just said, that's it. I said, I don't care if I have to starve. I am going to pay those credit cards off. And so, as I'm saying, so I had very limited budget for things. I had a very tiny budget for food, for clothing. Everything was very, very tight because I put all my money on my credit cards. And I'm so glad because I was able to pay them off. And so one day I was riding down the road and I just had this thought. It's like, you need to go in the store. So I was driving. So I drove into the parking lot, parked, and went into the store. And of course, what did I find? A white coat. It was a white jacket, which is what I wanted. Exactly what I wanted. My size. Guess how much it was? $10. It had been marked down many different times. And that's how I knew that it was my perfect coat. I have this thing about $10 things. I'll tell you what, I went shopping for my wedding dress when my husband and I got married. Now I had more than $10 to spend, but I went into this store and they had these things that were marked down and 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 marked down. And I found this most beautiful gown. It was $10. It was $10. And I mean, I could have shopped and paid much more for it, and I wouldn't have found anything that was more perfect for me. It fit absolutely perfectly. It was off pink. It was amazing. And so that's my affirmation also. And that is that I have what I need when I need it. As I said, I was prepared to pay much more for that, but just, I was just shopping in Marshall's one day, ran across this dress and thought, oh my gosh, I wasn't even shopping for a wedding dress. It was like, this is the perfect wedding dress for me. It meets every different need that I have with a dress. Absolutely beautiful. And I was talking to a woman about prosperity, and her idea was that you always buy the best, you always buy the finest. You're never on a budget. If you have to ask the price of it, you can't afford it. And I'm just not. That's not me. For me, it is what do I like? What works for me? I'm really into this idea of not buying new clothes when possible because we just have to manufacture more and more things, and we're such big consumers that I'd rather have a hand-me-down. I'd rather have a pre-owned garment so that I don't have to continue consuming our planet and our earth. And you can do whatever you want. I'm just saying that this kind of lifestyle, which feels opulent and joyful to me, it wouldn't feel opulent and joyful to other people, but I like it. I like how I feel when I think I'm contributing to the solution to save our trees, to not have to grow so much cotton and take so much water for that kind of processed and to not have things going in the landfill. Those are part of my values. I just like to be conservative in my consumption, but really joyful in my life, because ultimately it's not these things that bring me joy. But of course, yes, there is a temporary excitement when I get a new item or a new thing in my life. That is true, but that's very transient, and so it can become very addictive. However, moving back to the prosperity point, and that is that we prosper in all things, and that is a choice. So I'm asking all of us to join in unison and prosper in our lives. Prosper in all things. Let's prosper right now by joining in and receiving. Let us breathe in together. That is the receiving energy. And let us exhale. And as we exhale our intention that all other beings receive their good as well. That people have enough to eat. People have plenty of joy in their hearts. That people have a safe place to live. That people are happy, joyful, and peaceful, and that there is a harmony that breaks out on earth. This is Dr. Money, and I want you to remember one more thing for sure, and that is that I love you.